Hey, how's everybody doing today? Steve here, Blossom Racing. Gonna do another video for you. And in this video, we are going to discuss balancing a crank in one of these junior dragster motors. Should we balance them, or is balancing them just a waste of time? Well, I'm gonna walk through and describe what you have to do to balance one of these cranks, and if there's any benefits or not on balancing them. So pretty much you have to start with your crank. Crank has to have the gears on it, everything ready. If it requires any crank shims, you got to make sure that the shims are on there. I mean, you want everything the way that it's going to be in the motor. Talking about your rod. If you got to clearance the rod at all, you want to have that all done before you send it to the balancing. Your piston. If you have to cut anything off the top of the piston, if you lighten it up, if you change it, modify it, you want to have that all done before you send it out. So when you send it out, you're going to send your crank, your piston, your rod, and they are going to balance it for you by putting little weights in the counterweights of your crank. So here we have our rotating assembly, right? And so this is everything right here that you're going to send out to get balanced. This will come back all nice and balanced. Now the questions that you have to start asking is, what RPM are you going to have this balanced at? Are you going to have it balanced at the 4,000 RPMs to 4,500 RPMs, where we typically idle these at? Or are you going to have it balanced at 75 or 8,000 RPMs, where that is usually our operating range of RPMs? And if you do get that all balanced, so now you have a rotating assembly, your crank, your rod, and your piston is all completely balanced. The biggest problem that you run into next is now you have to put a flywheel on there. Is the flywheel balanced? Do you have to have it balanced? So again, you have to go back to making sure that everything is exactly the way you're going to run it in the motor. So the flywheel has to be timed and degreed correctly before you would send the flywheel out to be balanced. Because the very second that you loosen any of these bolts up to adjust the flywheel, you just threw your balance out of whack. Okay? Let me back up just a second. Piston. When you go to freshen up one of these motors and you go to a bigger size piston, you just destroyed all of your balancing. You would have to send it out again with the crank, the rod, the piston, everything to get it rebalanced. Okay, so every time you do a freshen up, you would have to rebalance it to the size of that piston. Then, you know, like I just said, then you got the flywheel that comes into play. The key stock that you put into the flywheel, you know, it's on one side of the crank, so that's going to throw you out of whack. Your starter nut, when you put that on, that is going to throw your balance out of whack. So let's just say in a perfect world, you got your crank, your rod, your piston, and your flywheel with your key, your starter nut. You got it all perfectly balanced for 8,000 RPMs. Life is good. This motor's going to be smooth. And then all of a sudden somebody comes along and they throw a clutch on it. Is that clutch balanced? Well, nope, they're not. So you would have to send this out to be balanced. Then you run into the problem of how tight your post is on your crank. If this is bouncing up and down at all, left and right, there's your balance gone. You got moving parts in here. The clutch moves. There's just too many factors to send everything out and get it perfectly balanced. Is there ballparks? Yeah, you can get ballparks as far as getting it balanced really close, but to get it precisely balanced in a junior dragster with a single cylinder is extremely hard to do. It gets a lot easier the more cylinders that you get. So in comparing getting these engines balanced or not balanced, in our opinion here, you're much better off not having it balanced. You're wasting a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of effort. You could actually put it more out of balance, you know, after you throw your clutch on there. So we used to balance, you know, back in the 2000s, the early 2000s, and we did that for a while, and we never found any difference between our balanced and our unbalanced. You would get some motors that would vibrate your frickin' fillings right out of your head, and then you'd build another motor right next to it, two of them identical. You'd get one that would just vibrate like crazy, and then you get one that is smooth as butter. So sometimes it's just the luck of the draw on if it's going to be balanced very well or not. So in closing, basically, you know, our recommendation is not to balance them. Some people still send them out and get them balanced, and hey, if it works, it works. That's awesome. But we've just found over the years of being in business, doing these juniors, that balancing them is just a waste of your time and money. So if you're thinking about balancing them, hopefully this video will help you guys out a little bit. If anybody else has something to add to it, please add it. And that's just how we feel about it. So I thank you guys for watching my video. I hope you like all of our videos. Hopefully they're informative and can help you guys out. If anybody has any suggestions for videos, let me know. You know, send one in the comment. I tried to catch up on all those. And you guys have yourself a great day. Take care.